What's going on, guys? Firewolf Tech here, showing you guys the LG 45-inch UltraGear OLED. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all around this massive 240Hz OLED gaming monitor, so let's get it. First thing you're gonna notice is how thin the display is and what LG says, dramatic 800R sweeping curved OLED display. This UltraGear is definitely massive, especially compared to my Samsung G8 OLED, which I have been using previously. So you can see a huge difference in size. Alright, so let me go ahead and give you an unboxing experience of this LG 45-inch OLED. Before I show you all the little items here first, I'm going to show the actual main event here, which is this massive display. Go ahead and rip this open. Unfortunately, my microphone was muted at the time, which you can't hear anything in the background, so I do apologize for that. But the back of this display is absolutely beautiful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick this up. It is massive and it's very curvy. I don't recommend lifting up the panel this way. I'm just lifting it up just so I can show off how heavy it is. It's a little bit uncomfortable because of the size, but surprisingly it is light. For a 45-inch, you would expect this to be a lot heavier, but honestly, it's not too bad. Laying it down here, you can see the curvature. This is the bottom portion of the screen. Definitely a beautiful display. So inside the box, we're gonna get the actual monitor stand. This is the feet. And I do like that it has an integrated screw that you can screw with your hand, so that's really nice. The next thing we have is the monitor arm itself. And definitely is a very beefy, it is heavy too, very sturdy, so I do like it a lot. Let's go ahead and peel off this plastic here. Definitely has a really nice shiny shine to it. And then we have the NVIDIA G-Sync sticker. And inside the box, we do get all the goodies inside. We're gonna first see the LG power brick adapter here. Definitely a large power brick. Then we have the standard US plug, HDMI cable. Then we get a USB SATA cable. We get a nice DisplayPort cable. And then we get a piece that goes behind the monitor arm to hide the cables. We get a battery for the remotes. And something that I'm seeing with these new monitors is that they're giving us remotes here. I do like having the option of a remote to switch out the inputs, so I do like that a lot. And then we have a little screwdriver here for the remote itself, so you can open up the battery door. Alright, so let's go ahead and install the original LG monitor arm and base. So I'm going to grab the actual monitor arm and I'm going to grab the feet of the base here. And what I love about LG is that they have an integrated screw here with a flap, which allows you to basically screw it in with just your fingers. This makes it a lot easier and probably saves a lot of steps, instead of having to screw everything in. So once it's secured, then we're just gonna line up the monitor arm with the actual back of the display. Just gonna line it up, and you should hear a couple of clicks. And once it's installed, we're basically able to lift up the whole monitor itself. Now, I recommend doing this when it's in the box itself, so that way you can just lift up the monitor inside the box itself. All right, now that I have the monitor on top of my desk here, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plastic piece that's behind the display. I initially thought the back was reflective like that, but after revealing the plastic off, it reveals a really nice dark matte gray color, which I think looks absolutely fire. It goes very well with this UltraGear theme that's going on. Now, I'm not going to use the original LG base. I will be showing you guys how to mount it on my monitor arm, but for starters, I'm just going to show off the height adjustability, swivel, and tilts. So as for height adjustability, it does have a really decent amount of height adjustability. As far as swivel goes, you won't be able to swivel it. It's pretty much meant to just stay, pretty leveled. And as for tilts, it does have a really good amount of tilts. So you definitely have a good variety of viewing angles, which I do like a lot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and install my monitor arm here. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna remove the base off. So there's a button that's located on the bottom, and basically comes off very nice and smooth. Now the monitor arm that I use is the AVLT 13 through 43 inch monitor arm. Now, although this is 45 inches, the weight of this monitor isn't as heavy, so it should definitely be compatible. So all we gotta do first is we're gonna remove all 4 screws, and then we can install the VESA mount adapter. I'm gonna use thumb screws to screw them all in place, and once we have them secured, now it's ready to install. But before that, I'm going to remove my 34-inch Samsung Odyssey G8 OLED. This monitor is definitely a lot lighter, a lot smaller. It's a lot easier to put on and take out because it has such a small footprint, so just using one hand is a lot easier. So now I'm going to take the 45-inch LG OLED here, and definitely was a struggle trying to put this on because of the massive footprint, and it's a lot heavier. Trying to balance it with my left hand and trying to make sure I find the latch. But once I'm able to finally find it and drop it into place, I hear a nice snap, and now I'm finally able to just put it against the wall. So I definitely highly recommend having a second person help you out. It will make the installation a lot easier, especially if you want to plan to use it on a monitor arm. But I'm really happy with it. Alright, so powering on the monitor using the remote here. I love the convenience factor of the remotes, and this display is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely fire. The blacks are super black, and the size of the monitor just basically immerses you, which is really nice. Now, as for the inputs in the back, we do get two HDMI 2.1 ports, a DisplayPort 1.4. There's no built-in speakers here, unfortunately, so they do give you the option for optical digital. And we also get a SATA interface and two USB ports in the back. Now, as for the input that I have right now, I'm connected to a Mac Studio via HDMI. Unfortunately, Mac Studio does not have HDMI 2.1, so the refresh rate is locked at 85 Hz, but the display resolution is at 3440 by 1440, and it looks pretty fine to me. Everything looks very zoomed in. But the display quality is absolutely beautiful, so I'm really happy with that. Using the remote, I can quickly switch it to the DisplayPort, which is connected to my gaming monitor with the 3080 Ti. And what's crazy about this is it automatically detects the highest refresh rate possible, which is 239.99 Hz, which is awesome. Alright, so let me throw you guys into this really high intense shipment match here on Modern Warfare using my 3080 Ti. And let me tell you something, this as a gaming monitor is absolutely stunning. I mean, the details that you can see, the OLED panel is absolutely beautiful. Now, shipment is known for being very chaotic and very high paced, and the really high refresh rate definitely makes this experience feel so much better. And with the really large 45-inch 800R curvature, you really feel fully immersed in the game. And I definitely love the experience gaming on this monitor. So as a gaming monitor, this is one of the best displays that I've ever experienced, and you have to try it out for yourself. So the LG UltraGear offers an amazing gaming experience, but can the same be said if you want to use this monitor for office productivity or as creating content such as myself? And one of the benefits that this 45-inch OLED gives you is the amount of real estate that you get is absolutely massive, which means that you can have a lot of windows open up at the same time. So multitasking is very easy to do with this monitor. Text clarity for some might be an issue because the pixel per inch density is not that high. For me, the text clarity isn't bad at all. I'm okay with it. I think it looks perfectly fine. The display quality, because it's OLED, it just looks so beautiful, so that trade-off is just, for me, is perfectly fine. What I use the most is Final Cut Pro, and this 45-inch immersive feeling makes using Final Cut Pro a way better experience. So I do like that a lot. Now, I'm not the type to really use a lot of multiple windows at the same time. I'm more of a person who likes to use maybe one window, two at most, but I like the fact that you can still have multiple windows open up if that's something that you want. Maybe you want to watch a video and scroll through news. The options are pretty much endless there. So for me, I think creating content using Final Cut Pro is definitely a huge plus for me. So this is kind of making the decision of keeping this over the 34-inch G8 OLED a very tough decision. What I love about this monitor is the simplicity that it has. The remote control is very convenient to have. I can basically switch the back RGB lighting to anything that I want. It has so many different colors I can cycle off, and just having the remote being able to switch inputs makes it a lot easier rather than using the button that's on the bottom of the monitor. But I mean, what do you guys think of this UltraGear 45-inch? It's gonna be a tough decision. I may keep it, I'm not too sure yet, but let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this 45 inch. Thanks so much for watching, guys.